K2 On Your Side investigators, asking tough questions and holding the powerful accountable.
But I was upset and I felt very violated that someone would use my signature.
Oregon voters tell K2 their names have been forged on petitions for ballot measures. The On Your Side investigators look into the latest allegations of forgery in the initiative process. A local group backed by Union says the evidence is overwhelming.
In fact, they say it's fraud, forgery, and identity theft by some of those people you see with the clipboards asking for your signatures. On Your Side investigator Tom Jensen was looking for the proof. Pretty serious allegations involved here, Tom.
They definitely are, Steve. And the people who say they are victims of this forgery, the group who brought the allegations, and even the man who hired the signature gatherers say they want the forgers prosecuted.
Then I decided, well, I really want to get a magnifying glass.
Marilyn Dale says she saw the problem right away, especially when she looked at this petition under a magnifying glass.
I felt very violated that someone would use my signature. And it's like, you know, just like identity theft.
Dale says it's a forgery on a petition she never would support.
Regardless of whether somebody came to the door, whether I saw it at the library, whether I saw him on the street, wherever I saw him, I would not have signed it.
Frank Hood saw problems with the signature on another petition.
I've never made enough that way.
He says he thinks signature gatherers copied his name and address from another petition.
And then they filled in my address, and I've always filled that in when I sign a petition.
Scott Moore's Our Oregon found more problems and put together this report outlining allegations of fraud, forgery, and ID theft.
The evidence is so obvious that anybody in their right mind would see these and know something was wrong with their own employees.
One example, the same signature on a petition for two different people. Another where Our Oregon says distinct signature styles indicate signing circles. That's where petition circulators take turns signing for each other.
And we see that repeatedly.
Something K2 exposed in this 2002 hidden camera investigation.
They're still up to the same tricks, and they're still making a mockery of Oregon's initiative system.
Our Oregon spokesman Scott Moore wants forgers prosecuted. We went to the man behind 90% of the state's ballot measure petitions.
It falls upon you as the person who collects these signatures. I mean, this is your company to really police these, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And I can tell you this, and in all honesty, we have done absolutely everything within our power to stop forgery, to stop fraud.
Democracy Direct owner Tim Trickey says he is already policing his employees and catches most of the forgeries.
This is thousands of signatures. Right here,
in fact, Trickey says he brought thousands of bogus signatures to the Secretary of State's office and the Attorney General, but they were ignored.
Not one of these people have we ever had a conviction of, and not a single one of them has served a day in jail for it.
But as far as these signatures go, Trickey says even if all of the signatures uncovered here are forged, it would only be a fraction of 1% of the signatures gathered. His team's collected more than 1.5 million signatures in the past year and a half, but our Oregon says it found 300-plus forgeries in just a few hours in this report. One thing is clear, though. Both sides say that they want the state to prosecute these people.
It used to be the gatherers would get paid per signature, so there was that initiative, but that's not the case anymore.
Yeah, that was outlawed in 2002, but even now, Trickey says that he pays people based on how many signatures they get. They get, you know, so much an hour if they meet a quota, $30 an hour, $15 an hour for a lower quota.
Not per signature this time, yeah.
We've done this story a few times, haven't we, Tom, over the years? If you have a story for Tom or any of our On Your Side investigators, we would love to hear from you. Email us at investigators@katu.com.
If you're just walking in the door, here's a look at